Hey free to play gang, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to take a look at the event shop again. Now we're going to take a look at the ancient coin shop. So I think most of you guys seem to enjoy the previous video, so I'm going to give you another one. And this one is going to be a little bit more spicy because there's definitely much better things to buy from the shop. And there are also some stuff so maybe you're not very sure whether you want to make some of these purchases. So I'm going to help you answer the question, right? Which of these items over here is really worth your time, worth your stamina investment, is it worth the grind? But okay, we have to take a step back and take a look at, the chase, right? So we are going to be talking about difficulty 6 because this gives you the best bang for buck, okay? So we get 60 ancient coins per 14 stamina. So as you can see over here, ancient coins per run, that is 60, and stamina per run, that is 14. So therefore, coins per run will be 60 divided by 14, which is 4 point blah 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 blah. So with this, we can then do our calculation, okay? But I know that, some of you guys may be stuck at an earlier stage. So I might actually talk a little bit about, what if you're stuck at difficulty 3, for example, right? Are the things in the shop still worth it? So stay tuned for that towards the end of the video. Okay, so now that we have our benchmark, let's take a look at the shop again. Obviously, we won't have Meredith anymore. Okay, so the first item here, Stuff of Immortality. Is it worth it? So we just need to key in here. It costs 1,000 coins. This is the stamina that you will need to obtain it. So you need 233 stamina just to obtain this. Is it really worth your stamina? In my opinion, because this costs you about, 23 runs in the Ritual Miracle. Oh no, actually it's more than 23 runs, right? This is entirely up to you. If you want to get this event item, sure, go ahead. But if you do not want to waste your stamina that way, then sure, you can pass on it as well. It doesn't really matter, okay? It's just a name card. So if you want to know how it looks like, it just looks like this. It is not very special, but I guess there are some memories attached to it. So you make the decision yourself. Now next, we have the legendary Abilimon, okay? So this costs 1,500, super expensive. It costs you 350 stamina just to get one copy of it. But in my opinion, this is extremely worth it, okay? Because you cannot get legendary Abilimons that easily. So this is a bargain. This is a huge steal, by the way. So I will say that this, definitely go for it. Now moving on to the gold records. This costs 400 per piece. And that costs you 93 stamina. And if you're going by, Ritual Miracle rates, this is extremely good value as well. Because otherwise, you'll be spending 9 times 200 on average, right? Which is 1,800 stamina just for one piece of gold record. And here you're only getting at 93 stamina. That's an insane value, dude. Okay, moving on to Nexus Crystals. This is actually the same value as the gold record. So it's definitely very valuable, okay? So 150 Nexus Crystals for 300 coins. That will cost you about 70 stamina. And if you want to understand how worth it this is, right? So 150 stamina is equivalently 1.5 refills. So one refill gives you 90 stamina times 1.5. This is actually valued at 135 stamina. So this is a steal. Now next, we're going to talk about the Elite Divine Wave Pack and whether it is worth it or not. This one is a little bit more difficult to decide in my opinion because I do not have the statistics of Sonic Miracles, but it costs you 116 or even 117 stamina for one piece of it, and this gives you 5 elite wave pieces, materials or whatever you call it, right? Now the thing is, I think from my experience doing Sonic Miracles, on average, every single run that I do on average, right, it seems to return me about close to one piece of, the elite wave material. So over here, we are talking about, at least 12 runs. And is it really that worth it to, spend 12 runs worth of stamina just for 5 of these materials? I don't really think so. To add, when you're doing the runs, you're also going to get low-level materials, you're going to get mid-level materials as well, not just the elite wave materials. So I think this is actually not worth it. So I'm actually going to say that, do not go for this. It may not be very worth your stamina. Now, next one, we have the legendary Starry Mod. A lot of you guys might be thinking like, oh wow, this is definitely worth the buy because, it is a legendary item, right? Legendary Starry Mod, legendary Abilimon, same thing, right? They are not the same thing. Now, I can explain this very simply using using this little spreadsheet over here that I've done. Okay, so the stamina required for level 1 to 30 fodder is 240 if you're training 4 fodder. So for example, if you're training your fodder in Purgatory 12, you can level up 4 fodders from level 1 to 30 with 240 stamina. Therefore, the average stamina cost would be 60 per fodder. This makes sense, right? Now, moving on, the EXP for level 30 to 40 is actually 142,000, and let's say you have like 5,000 EXP per run. So the number of runs that you need to push, like let's say one of your 4-star fodder to a 5-star, like level 40, right? You will need 28.4 runs. Now the stamina required for this number of runs is going to be 284, so that's a lot, right? But you also have to take into consideration that this is also for 4 fodders, because you're going to have 1 farming esper and 4 fodder espers, right? So the average stamina for one of these fodders that is going to be boosted to 5 stars is going to be 71 stamina. Now stay with me over here, okay? I know this is getting a little bit too complicated for some of you guys. So the number of 4-star fodders needed for one 5-star is going to be 5, right? Because you're going to have the main fodder and you're going to have 4 of them who's going to boost the main to 5 stars. So the average stamina needed for 5 4-star fodder is 300, right? So 60 times 5, that's how I get 300 over here. Therefore, the average stamina for one 5-star fodder is going to be 300 plus 71. So actually one 5-star fodder is worth about 371 stamina. So do take note of this number. This is very important. You're gonna make use of this number in the future as well to, you know, make a lot of decisions, right? So going back to the legendary Starry Mod, right? Is this worth it? It costs you 350 stamina, which is less than 371. So this is definitely worth it. But on top of that, I hear a lot of complaints from some of you guys that, you know, it's very difficult for you to get fodder espers because, you know, you need to be summoning nowadays. And previously, you know, the beta players like us, we do have silver records and we are able to get even more fodder that way. But you guys do not have that. So unfortunately, I think farming fodder is going to be quite difficult for you guys. So I'll say that there are two reasons why you should get legendary Starry Mod, right? So one, it is very worth your stamina, and the other one is you may not have enough fodder to begin with. So this is going to be quite a good buy. Okay, now moving on to epic Abilimon. This is obviously going to be very worth it because even until now, I still need epic Abilimons. So this is definitely worth 93 stamina. Very simple. Next one, we have 200k gold for 200 coins per purchase, which is going to be 46 or 47 stamina per 200k. This is extremely good value. This is extreme value. Definitely clear this up. Now next one, we have the random mythic relic pack for 400 a piece. That would be 93 stamina per 6-star relic. And honestly, this is not worth it, okay? Even though it's a superior or above. If you have taken a look at some of my statistics videos in the past, you'll realize that, you know, with 93 stamina, you could be getting so many 6-star relics. You could be even getting up to 6-star relics based on the rates. So this is trash. This is totally not worth it, right? Now the next one, this is the 5-star relic pack for 100. Now it is a lot cheaper, right? It is a lot cheaper, but do take note that based on the statistics that I've done before, 23 stamina should get you about 3 5-star relics. 3 of it, okay? 3. And this is also random, okay? You cannot even choose what you want. But at least going in the Ritual Miracles, you can choose exactly what relic you want. And now there is another reason why this is a terrible buy, because it is a 5-star relic. You do not want to be focusing on 5-star relics. I've talked about this in the previous video as well. Your goal should not be 5-star relics. Okay, next one you have the Advanced Experiment. So this one is actually the 4000 EXP Experiment, okay? So it costs you 50 coins and it costs you 11.7 or rather 12 stamina per piece. And this is extremely terrible value because if you're going to be doing Purgatory 12 or maybe even any of the Purgatory difficulty practice stages, right? You're going to get one of these guys every single run that you take, or even better, sometimes you may get 3-star Starry Mod, sometimes you may even get the bigger EXP, you know, 20k Experiment. So this is terrible value in two different scenarios, right? Number one, it is extremely expensive in terms of stamina, and number two, you're not even going to get the benefits of, you know, just participating in one single run on your own. You're going to get EXP that way, you're going to get gold as well, so this is bad. Now the final product on the list is going to be 100k gold, so it's going to cost the same as a 200k gold over here. So for 46.7 stamina per 100k, I think this is still very valuable because if you're going to be doing, like, let's say Ritual Miracle runs, right? Basically 46.7 stamina can get you about 5 Ritual Miracle runs, and if you sell all the relics, that's going to be 5 times 8,000, which is 40,000 gold. So this is actually not bad value, but the thing is, if you're going to be doing, like, let's say practice stages instead, right? That will be 4.5 times of a practice stage. So let's say you're doing Purgatory, right? I think that's like 14,000 gold per pop. You're still going to get 63,000 gold for the number of runs that you can partake with this amount of stamina in Purgatory 12 practice stage. So in my opinion, I think 100k is still decent value. Do you need to clear it out? Maybe not. Okay, you may not need to clear this out. I would probably recommend you to, you know, like, save it for the last, and if you desperately need gold, then go for this. If not, you know, just go and do your Ritual Miracles. I think that has a little bit better value in some sense. Okay, and now that we are at the end of the video, I am going to show you a spreadsheet. So this is going to be the cheat sheet, right? So it's just basically just a summary of everything that I've talked about, and here is like, is it worth it or not? These are the answers over here. You can just, like, I don't know, take a screenshot of this or whatever floats your boat. But as promised before, let's see whether is it still worth it if you're doing difficulty 3 or maybe difficulty 4, right? So let's say difficulty 3, 30 coins per 8 stamina, right? So let's change the math up a little bit. So that's 30 coins over here and 8 stamina over here. Obviously, you can see that the coins per run is going to be a lot less, right? It's like, I think 30% less. So here are the changes, right? That's a lot of changes, by the way. So obviously, the stamina cost is going to go up like crazy because it's less valuable now. So here's what really changes for me. The legendary Starry Mod may not be valuable anymore. So this is probably going to be a no for me because this is now 400 stamina as opposed to 371 stamina if you're just doing Purgatory 12 grinding. Now, obviously, the rest of the no's are going to be even bigger no's, so I'm not even going to talk about them. And for the 100k gold, I think this is going to be a no for me as well because, you know, it now costs 53 stamina for just a flat 100k gold, but you don't get the benefits of, you know, having relics or having, like, experiments and all that kind of stuff. So this is probably going to be a no for me as well. But apart from that, I think the rest still holds, right? So I think everything else is still very valuable. So everything else that is still just strictly yes, these would be very valuable for you. So that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and subscribe for more Dislyte content. Now, with that said, this has been Daddy Free to Play, and as always, I will see you in the next video.